Hello everyone, welcome to Bargain Gaming, where we can play excellent games without busting our wallets. This is episode 88 of Mountain Blade Bannerlord, and I have spent the whole, most of the week, this week, training up our troops, going around buying horses, war mounts for our troops so that we can level up. Anyway, so I have been going. What is significant though, that's why I'm recording this, is that we have a new family member, and this family member is a new baby. Caesarea has given birth to a healthy baby, and because we have been, so the reason is that we have been doing a lot of smithing, and when we ever smith, our endurance goes down to 0, and therefore we have to spend the night overnight, or about 2/3 of a day, 3/4 of a day, and then that gives time for the married couples to do their thing and produce a baby. So just to get an idea as to how big our clan size is, so we can go into the, again, touch the iPad, and then it will give us because right now we represent a minor clan. We have not declared our kingdom yet, so we can go down to the Hadin clan, which is us, and here we are the head of the Hadin clan. And from here, when we click on ourselves, it says we are 37 years old. When we started the game, we were 20 years old. And these are our family members. We have a spouse, and we have our child, and we have, how many childs do we have? We have 5, right? Yeah, 5. 2 of them are no longer babies. So these are babies. So we have 2 kids, a boy and a girl. I think these were the twins, Lid and Nal. Oh, they're both. I thought one is a girl. Anyway, so that's our brother, and we click on Nayasen. He's now 40, so he's 3 years our senior. And if we go back and we check on our younger brother, which is Farok, he is 27, and so his wife is Caesarea, and Caesarea has now given, she's also 4 kids. And Caesarea at 27, so presumably she can still pop out 1 baby. Unlike if we go to our wife, I think our wife Ira, that's why we have not been bringing her around with us. She's already 36, so I think over 30, chances of the women having kids once they hit 30 is very little. Okay, so here we have the other person is the wife of, is Bisag, right? The wife of Nayasan. Where is Niasan? Niasan, okay. And Eileen, we are not getting her married, so sorry, she's going to grow up a spinster. And his wife, Bisag, is also 32. So we have been dragging her and our wife around, and they are no longer popping out any babies. So I think 30 is about where the ability to give birth is cut off. So right now, going back to our clan, sorry. Okay, our clan. Look at the amount of babies we have. It is just amazing. Okay, why? Oh, this is just our. So we have 5 kids. Niasen has 4 kids, and Farok has 4 kids. So we're talking about 8 plus 5. We got 13 in the 2nd generation. Okay, so that is it. And what is this? And in the last few days, what I have done is from Epicrotea, we have been moving all the way out here, going through the Khuzait. See, the Southern Kingdom is taking over more and more of the Khuzaits, and then the Western Kingdom is challenging the Southern Kingdom I think they've taken over Sinopia and Argonon, and even Diathma from the southern kingdom. And so there is the big group right now. The biggest group is both the southern kingdom, which is the ruled by Ragay, the mother of our wife, of Ira, and the western kingdom. The western kingdom are all these red, blood red ones, ruby red ones. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They've got 10 towns, capital towns, or castle towns, while the southern is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So they have one more castle town than the Western Empire. And then the Valandians have not moved at all. They are like still at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. The Sturgeons are really getting clobbered from the east by the Khuzaits, and from the south by the Western Empire. So Omer used to be part of the Sturgeons, so they're down to 4 castle towns. So it used to be Van Nunapol and Tial were both Sturgeons. So they had 7, including Omor. So they have been completely, they're the weakest right now. And then the Khuzaits are the second weakest. I think they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what was given away was the Akalat and Odok, and I think Ampela is Ampela is Makeb. Makeb was almost taken over. Anyway, and then the Asarai, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the Asarai is pretty stable. So that big piece of water has prevented the they lost Husan Falk though. I think Husan Falk I think it's Asarai, or Khuzait. Yeah, it's Asarai. So they have lost 1 city. So and then the Batanians, okay, that's the current state of affairs. The Batanians they've lost plenty too. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they lost Marunath to us. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they're the weakest too. Wow. What else did they? So they have only 5 to start with, including Marunath. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, including Marunath is 5. Yeah, those are the color representation. Oh, didn't realize that the Batanians were actually the weakest ones. Anyway, so and then I think, and if we look at our money, we are now at 11.2 million bucks, dinars. So we have a ton of money. Although our daily expense is 17,000. And the only thing keeping us alive, the reason is our 17,000. We look at this, we will see that there is so much expense and so much income. Like all of those, all those castles are paying us money, right, with their villages. All of those right at the top, from Uthalaim all the way down to Marunath, they're all. So the 4 castle towns are giving 3 castle towns. 4? Marunath. We have 3, right? Epikrotea, Marunath, Sargot. Yeah, we have 3 castle towns and 4 castles. So those are paying us money. And then we have 5 workshops. See, but our main party wages is about 1479. And then we're also paying the party wages of Taya, Mitara, and Kundal the Falcon, and the garrison cost. And the reason why there is everything is so high is because of the quality of our troops. And when we look at our troop quality right now, our troop quality is that primarily the Imperial Cataphracts. The Imperial Cataphracts and the Valendian Banner Knights are arguably the best cavalry in the game. And I like speed because in Warband we learned that the Swedian Knights were just virtually unkillable, right? They are like the top tier troops. Here it's not so, it's not as decisive as a Warband. The cavalry are strong versus archers and sometimes have a hard time against shield walls unless we hit them from the side. So it's a little more balanced this time. So our troops are very expensive because we have cataphracts, and I have also trying to improve our mounted archers. So that's why we have the Kuzate, Torgun, Kessig, and the Kansguard, which is we look at the Kansguard. They're pretty. Look at them. They look pretty good, right? And it's costing 70 dinars per day. And then the Cataphracts the same, Banner Knight the same. So they're very expensive. And the more we upgrade our troops, the more expensive they get. And so we have very good quality troops. Okay, hold on. Let us remove our latest addition to the family. And then the next thing we want to look at is smithing. Hold on. Let's say we get into Lageta and we enter the smithy. So our best performing, the best, most efficient way of making money is to sell the double-handed sword made up of this component, the handcrafted two-handed sword. And the components are these. We will use 5 wrought iron. That is, crude iron is the cheapest there is. And no blade can be made with crude iron. The lowest kind of materials we can use for a blade on a sword is wrought iron. So this particular configuration uses wrought iron and 5 wrought iron and 1 iron. So our components are the cheapest there is. That's the main thing about it. And this blade is considered tier 4. So tier plus, every tier up improves the cut damage of the weapon and the thrust damage of the weapon. So this is a purely cutting weapon, so that's why its cut damage is very high. Swing cut damage of 151. So usually with that kind of a cut damage, everything is one hit. It is only compensated or offset by the amount of armor the opponent is wearing. So peasants, 1 hit. Tier 1 and 2 types of adversaries, 1 hit. Tier 3, 4, 5, and 6, 2 hits, sometimes 3 hits. Even bandit chiefs, when we challenge them to a duel at the end of a bandit hideout quest, takes about 2 hits and they're dead. And the bandit chiefs are about level 3, level 4, tier 3, tier 4. So this weapon, because it uses a tier 4, we get a good price out of it. And then the guard is also a tier 4, except it also uses only wrought iron. Here it is. So everything, see, it's still, this uses iron. The handle is also a tier 4, and it also uses wrought iron. Like this one over here. It's still only wrought iron only one piece. And this is also a wrought iron. So we have all the components are tier 4, and therefore the cost or the price, the sell price, is very good. We can currently, without our trader's perk, we would be selling it about 7,100. 7,100, and the cost of this is primarily so two things about it. The sell price is very nice, decent, 7,200 or 7,100. With our perk, I'm currently selling each sword for 7,400. Okay, to demonstrate, we go to the trade and we will see that we can sell this for 7,200. And so we can sell two of these, and that will make up for our daily requirement, right? I mean, it's costing us about 17,000 per day. So we sold two of those, and we have made up our daily expense. Now, if we go back into the smithy, so for 7,100 to 7,400, based on our perks, the sale price, the cost price of the ingredients comes primarily from these items. Like when we can smelt, these bastard sword. These are about 900 bucks a piece when we buy them. So this one will give us 4 wrought iron and 1 iron. So literally, this one is almost enough to make one dual-handed wrought blade that we were selling. So the cost is 900, and we'll get back about 7,200. So that's very good. And then if we have, because it provides 2 iron and 4 wrought iron. When we are making the two-handed sword, it requires 5 wrought iron, so plus 1 more, and 1 iron. So here, when we smelt this down, we gain 1 extra crude iron, 1 less wrought iron, and 1 extra iron. Now, in our smelting process, we can also convert the crude iron to wrought iron. So that particular sword, which cost us about 700 bucks, it will be able to, when we convert the crude iron that is produced into wrought iron, we can produce one of the swords that we're selling for 7,200, and we're still ahead by 1 iron. At the same, however, we're down a couple of charcoal, because 1 to convert the crude iron into wrought iron, and 1 is to smelt the simple bastard sword down to its components. The other thing worth buying as a component is the falchion. It produces 5 wrought iron. So here we're just short 1 iron, and this one is cheaper. The falchion sells for about 600. Oh yeah, it's slightly cheaper than the simple bastard sword. So all of these, so the ingredients are plentiful everywhere. You know, I mean, the falchion, the simple bastard sword, these things that we're melting down, the iron spatha. This also gives us, similar to the falchion, they are all under $1,000, and then we can convert them into a two-handed crafted sword for 7,100. So we make 7 times. The return is 7 times. And a way to fund or to gather charcoal is to buy wooden hammers. Wooden hammers comes in large quantities, especially within the Empire area. So that means if we smelt down wooden hammers, we get 3 wood and 1 crude iron. And then if we can refine 2 wood for 3 charcoal, so we're getting about 4.5 charcoal per wooden hammer. Less the smelting of 1, so we're getting 3.5 charcoal per wooden hammer. And they're cheap. They're excuse me. So sorry about that. The wooden hammer costs about 50-60 bucks. If we buy raw wood, that's 3 wood, 50-60 bucks. That's about less than 20 bucks per wood. So anywhere in the Empire territory, we can find wooden hammers. In the Kuzate, very hard to find wooden hammers because they don't have hardwood trees. Very few. I think the same with Aserai. But within Batania, Valandia, especially the Empire area, there are lots of wood. And there's a lot of wooden hammers. Not blacksmith hammers, wooden hammers. Blacksmith hammers do not are a bit more expensive, and they give 1 wrought iron, but they give less wood. So this is my cheapest source for wood, and a very reliable source for wood. So with those combinations of cheap ingredients and relatively reasonable selling price of $7,100 to $7,400, we're in the money because we make good money, and everywhere we go, we can when we're running out of money, we can just stop in a smithing shop. We have a ton of inventory when it comes to the raw materials. Like if we look at this and we look at our raw materials, and we will see that we don't have us. Oh, let us get rid of these porkers. Okay, so we have good rot. No, not. We have a lot of charcoal, and then if we look at these ones, we will see that we have. Oh, we could actually just see them from. Sorry, in the smithy itself, we will see that we have all the raw materials we need. Like when we look at the smelt, like we have over 1,000 wood hammers. So that means that represents at least 3,000 wood. And then we have a ton of simple bastard sword. We have a ton of falchions. So these are all right. They are all raw materials. And I think what else? Iron spatha, again, same. So without even talking about the pujos, the lowland, the throwing knives, the tribesmen. So those are just all extra. Like these, they give us 2 wrought iron and 3 iron. So a lot of these there within the Empire area, it just a lot of them. And we can keep our empire, our kingdom, or our clan currently going. And if we look at our numbers, we do have almost, yeah, we have 11,200,000, and we can easily, not easily, it takes a lot of grinding because we melt them down and then we convert them from wood to charcoal, and then crude or anything. Anyway, the whole process it makes a lot of sense for us, especially when we are bringing our entire entourage with us. So when we look at this, we have our whole family and 2 or 3 of our, or 4 of our followers with us. 3 of our followers, and no, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 of our followers with us. The only person I have left out is Ira. I've left her out in Epicrotea because she's imperial. And if we have another Empire town, that's where we will leave Casirea. I think she might still have a chance to pop out the baby at 28. So hopefully, in the course of going around and building up our troops and also building up our war chest, because I'm getting ready for when we get to clan level 5. So once we're getting to clan level 5, no. Once we get to clan level 5, let's say if we go to our clan, we are clan level 4. We are very close. Oh, it doesn't say here. Where does it say? I think over here. Oh, no. Here. I think, yeah, this one. This is the clan button. Yes, we are. Oh, we're still how many points away? We are. Oh, we're almost at, what is that? 1696. Okay, we are, wow, 304. We are 654. Wow, 654. We're still quite a ways away. Once we're in clan tier 5, the other, I think that would be, hopefully by that time our castles will be fully strengthened up. The economies are running well, and we will have built up a bigger war chest. So that, because the thing is that we will always be people, once we declare our own kingdom, I think we're now on the radar screen of all of the other factions. And since we have only 3 castle towns and we're kind of spread out, we will be perceived as one of the weaker foes, and so people will take advantage of us. And so I think we will have to peace out and pay people like a tribute so that they will not bother us. So anyway, we're getting ready to be an independent power in this land. And I think once we get to that level, at the same time, what I want to do is, once our kids get to being adults, we can now form parties with them. Right now, because we are still a minor clan, we cannot form parties. We are limited. We're limited to the number of parties we can make. But once we have our own kingdom, I don't think there is a limit to the number of vassals we can have. Or there might be. I'm not sure. So, but once I think, or I haven't, we haven't been there, so I don't know what we can do. But I think we will have a bigger leeway, and therefore we will. So even if we're limited to just parties, maybe we'll have another category for vassals. So what we can do is we can change some of our companions to raise them up to become lords, or maybe make our own family members into lords also, and then they can have their own castles. So those are things, and that will expand our potential armies, right? And so, especially on our members right now, because we have what, 8 plus 5, we have 13 kids. So if the second generation comes up plus our current generation, we should be doing well. Current generation, we are 7, right? Ourself, Niasen and Farok with the wives, and then Eileen on her own. So we're 7 plus 13, we're 20. So that means we can have 20 groups out there doing something, plus the 4 companion parties out, or 3 companion parties out there. So we're talking about 23. So together, like 100 apiece, we're talking about, we can organize an army close to 2,000 at least. Okay, anyway, I guess that would be this would be a good place to cut the episode right here. Thank you guys for joining me. I hope you join me in the next episode. Bye.